This is Mike. This is Susan. And they want you to call them up and prove that you're not a cheap piece of crap. I'm Griff RetroDangr. This is RetroDangr.
If you have waited for years for a whole night of programming on television just for you.
This is your night.
Whose night?
This is your night.
Oh, cool.
Mitch Miller, followed by Lawrence Welk. Call us and let us know that we have done the right thing in being brave enough, if I do say so, brave enough to program a night of television like this.
Yeah, get lost, firefighters. We have some real heroes up in here.
We must know there are enough of you out there who are willing to part with a few pennies a day and a few dollars a month to become members of Channel 17 so that we can pay for these kinds of programs. That's all it takes.
Remember, this is your night. If you don't want to chip in, you don't deserve a night. We'll give your night to Frank, and you know what kind of shows he likes.
Our goal is to be able to get enough people who are interested in Lawrence Welk to be able to say we should bring the Lawrence Welk programs back.
1,848 members. That's how many we need to hit that goal. Go to your phone right now.
Mistress Susan commands you.
You remember when Mitch Miller records were the hottest thing going?
You can't find these anymore.
No.
A pledge of $7.50 per month. Oh, we had to go
right.
out and dig to find this. I'm available to you for a pledge right now of $90.
That'll get him a call. I remember going to parties where we'd put on the Mitch Miller record, we'd draw out the lyrics and so on, and we'd sit there and we'd sing the whole night away.
Whoa, easy there, Mike. Don't you think you're being a little irresponsible talking about your scandalous past? I mean, there may be kids watching, impressionable youth. They might hear about these Mitch Miller ragers and copy your reckless behavior.
You can do something tonight for your own viewing pleasure. You literally can, because literally that is exactly what you're doing when you call. We can literally turn that into programs for you.
So that's, what, 3 shots? Oh, here we go. This is going to suck.
We have taken about 14 membership pledges so far. Our goal on this break is to take 48 membership pledges. 20 people have called so far. We're 28 away. Please, or 29 away. Please, if you're on your way to the telephone, please continue.
I would have been there by now.
You remember the time when everybody used to watch Mitch Miller? Do you remember the nights that you used to spend the early Saturday evening watching Lawrence Welk every Saturday night? You got a telephone call and you said no. You said, no, I'm sorry, I'm watching Lawrence Welk. And the phone went down again.
Lawrence Welk is on. How about you f*** off?
Both those with a gift of $60 or more to Channel 17. Now wait, don't go away.
Would you not want me to make the call? I'm so confused.
5 record albums, and you try to find them in the record stores because you're going to have just as hard a time as we did.
And that's why public television went ahead and said, no, we honestly believe that this is the kind of music that people would be interested in.
Yeah, cool.
The goal we have set for ourselves for the rest of the evening is to get that number below 1,000. That's going to be tough. We're going to have to work very, very, very hard, and Susan and I can't do it.
Us? Work hard? Susan and I are lazy as shit, and we love that about ourselves.
We have literally been holding our breaths. And I'll tell you who else is holding his breath with us tonight, and that is Mr. Welk himself. He has sent us messages. He has sent letter after letter. I have 4 letters on my desk in the last 2 weeks from Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence sounds like an old thirsty bastard. We may have to send the horny police to that man's house. He won't leave Susan alone.
Diane, Peggy, Kathy, and Janet. Did I get it right? If I couldn't, my father would kill me. He just thought they were the most wonderful things in the world. Made me cut my hair like Janet Lennon because he loved Lawrence Welk so much. There's, well, let's look at some of the other pictures in here.
Okay.
Don't you dare even think about going anywhere. We know you wouldn't.
So help me God. If your butt leaves that sofa, you're in big trouble, Missy. Uh-oh, you have to pee? Well, tough titties, you better hold it.
Lawrence Welk has a lot riding on that tonight. We have a lot riding on it, and so do you. You have more than anybody else.
Well, Susan, I'm sorry to say it, but I think we've got our answer. I don't think there'll ever be a Lawrence Welk program again on Channel 17.
Well, fuck Lawrence Welk, I guess.
I can't believe it. Would you believe it? I just can't believe it. I sit here and I look at the telephones. If we had to judge right now on the telephone calls that have been taken so far, folks, it's all over.
Wow, you call yourselves Lawrence Welk fans. Well, guess what, idiots? You just effed yourselves.
It's all over before it started. It really is.
As we speak, Lawrence Welk is being taken out back, thrown into a wood chipper, and fed to a pack of hyenas. What did you think was going to happen?
I know you're sitting there. I know you're enjoying it. I know you don't want disturbing news like this. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, no more sugarcoating it for you snowflake Lawrence Welk fans.
But let's see if we could bring back somebody whose reputation was really made in the business that we're in television. And we said to ourselves, who would that be? There was only one answer.
Mitch Miller.
Lawrence Welk.
Ooh, ouch. Sorry, Mitch. I guess your dad's second favorite now.
We're sure they'd be interested in the Lawrence Welk program. I guess we just guessed wrong. What I can't understand is why all of you haven't run to the telephone to become a member of Channel 17. You said, no, I'm sorry, I'm watching Lawrence Welk, and the phone went down again. I'm not trying to lecture you, I'm not trying to scold, I'm just puzzled.
In other words,
look what you did, you little jerk.
Maybe you don't understand how a public television station operates.
maybe you should enroll in broadcasting school. Get your 4-year degree. Get an internship. Not at Channel 17 because F you no supporting piece of crap, but somewhere. You'll learn the ins and the outs of the broadcasting business. And then, maybe you'll realize what an a-hole you're being to Channel 17 right now.
Why don't you just put the program on? Why do I have to call and give you a membership pledge? Well, first of all, you don't have to call and give us anything.
Oh, so I don't have to.
Go to your phone right now.
Sorry, Mr. Susan.
Will the people benefit from it who don't care about Lawrence Welk? No, they won't. They won't call and they won't watch later on if we're able to bring him back to public television in any regular way at all. And that is a distinct possibility tonight.
Wait, what was that again?
Will the people benefit from it who don't care about Lawrence Welk? No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They won't call and they won't watch later on if we're able to bring him back to public television in any regular way at all.
So the people who don't care about Lawrence Welk aren't going to watch Lawrence Welk. Seems obvious. Why are we talking about them again?
And that is a distinct possibility tonight.
Yeah, I guess that is possible.
Don't just sit there and say somebody else will call, somebody else will give them the message. You do it. First of all, you don't have to call. You do it. You don't have to call. You do. You don't. You do. You don't. You do. You don't. You do.
Your pledge tonight is literally a vote for Lawrence Welk. Literally, more than ever, more than an opportunity to literally program this station.
Oh, this is going to be a long night.
You can also play your pledge of $120 at $10 a month. You can do a $90 pledge at $7.50 a month, a $60 pledge at $5 a month. You can make a one-time pledge in any amount, $25, $2,500. You choose.
You choose $1 billion, 4 cents. You can leave a bag of unmarked nickels behind the studio. You can donate a pint of blood every minute until you're a skeleton. It doesn't matter. We'll take whatever.
You want all the albums we got here tonight?
Give them all the albums.
You want
give them all the
1,
albums. Break
2,
down and give
3,
them all the
4,
albums.
5.
You're going to be shitting Lawrence Welk music for weeks.
That you'd have to dig through the record stores to find? Well,
It's just great music. I bet you've dug out your Lawrence Welk records tonight. Bet you've dug out your Lawrence Welk records tonight.
Bet you've dug out your Lawrence Welk records tonight.
I bet you have.
you want all the albums we got here?
We'll send you these 2 records in this set.
That you'd have to dig through the record stores to find?
Give them all the albums. Break down and give them all the albums.
4, 5.
For a gift of $180 or more. If you can't get one of the records, that's not important. Getting the program is what's important, right?
You're going to see Joanne Castle, Bobby Burgess, Norma Zimmer.
Look at these volunteers. There's some people without telephones in their hands.
Hey, Ramona, I didn't know you volunteered to sit on your ass all night. Get back to work.
It's just a thing that doesn't simply just happen. Television programs don't just occur.
But you'd know that if you went to broadcasting school like I asked.
Tell the operator you want to make a collect call to Channel 17 in Buffalo. But you know, we've got 34 people in the studio ready to take. If each of those 30 people took about 6 membership pledges, each of those 34 people.
We've got the very best people we've got available here on the phones. They're doing a terrific job, and they'll have you off in about 30, 45 seconds.
Have me off in 45 seconds? What kind of number is this?
You could write 60 letters to your commercial station. You could call them 50 times a day and ask them to bring Lawrence Welk back, and you know what? They wouldn't do it. It's not going to fit into their format.
They said there weren't enough people watching. And when we get the ratings on this television program, I'll bet you it will show that something like 70,000 people were watching this television program this evening. The problem is everybody thinks everyone else is going to do it. Everyone thinks someone else will take it up and will go ahead and make the gift. And you know what happens usually when you depend on somebody else to do it? Not usually.
That's right.
But a lot of times when you depend on somebody else to do it, especially if you don't know them, they don't do it. It doesn't happen, right?
Even your neighbor, they didn't return the stuff they borrowed from you last year. You can't rely on them to do that. You can't rely on them to do anything.
You listening, Janet? Susan wants her crock pot back. She has put you on blast in front of 70,000 people.
70,000 people.
What kind of unreliable a-hole borrows something and never returns it?
You know, I'll go through things at home and I'll say, oh gosh, this tape belongs to Scott Elliott or something like this. Or,
Oops.
Oh, Mike, you just made yourself the subject of Scott Elliott's next diss track.
Spanner. He spanned the gap of the generations. I mean, here was an older man, and the Lennon sisters were there, and the Atwell sisters, and actually the way Lawrence Welk found out that he was canceled.
what about tomorrow's program? And the program next week?
Haven't those shows already been paid for?
And the program next year that you're looking forward to on Channel 17?
Yeah, you know, those shows that haven't even been scheduled yet. I hope you weren't looking forward to those.
That it is really up to them, and they understand that they can call.
I've run out of ability to count, apparently, without screwing up the camera shots. You know, I would certainly hate to think that when next you want to hear Lawrence Welk, you have to listen to something that you hear on music videos. I would hate to think that next time you want to listen to Lawrence Welk and you're not able to, that you have to listen to rock music or that you have to listen to whatever it is you're finding on television.
You heard it, folks. You really only have two options here. You either support Lawrence Welk, or you'll be strapped down in front of MTV, forced to watch Satan worshippers and those hippity-hop guys you don't like. Or, I mean, I guess you could just listen to the radio or something. I don't know.
We know that a lot of you are on fixed incomes. A lot of people who are watching Lawrence Welk right now are people who are beyond their income earning years, okay? Their income is not going to increase. You can jolly well make a pledge for $25 though, can't you?
What, were you going to spend that money on groceries?
Lame.
How would you even enjoy a meal without Lawrence Welk playing in the background? I would rather starve.
We had a call from a gentleman who's a very good friend of mine this evening. He called from a hospital. But he said, I'm sitting on the 10th floor of Buffalo General Hospital, and he said, I'm enjoying this program so much.
Ah, I see the morphine is working.
You know, they called him corny. They said his music was corny. Well, if that show was corny, then just rip your heart out. Romance is corny and patriotism is corny. And if Lawrence Welk is corny, then good music is corny, and people singing together as all members of a family, all different ages, is corny.
If Lawrence Welk is corny, then maybe keeping our children safe is corny. Maybe monster trucks are corny. Maybe the very oxygen we breathe is corny.
And believe you me, although the programming is the most important reason for you to call, there is more at stake tonight than even programming.
We're crazy people down here.
And you can do something tonight to help bring Lawrence Welk back. He is still very much alive and very much kicking and very, very anxious.
Still very much alive. You're crazy people. Lawrence Welk has a lot riding on him tonight.
Crazy people.
Very anxious.
If you just plain want Lawrence Welk back, make a pledge of support to Channel 17. The response has got to be swift.
Now we're beginning to get the impression that you really are interested.
They
in
really
Lawrence
are
Welk.
there,
Gosh,
yes.
isn't that interesting? All of a sudden.
Do it for him tonight. This literally was a television family, because each pledge is literally tonight more than any other night I can ever remember on public television. It is literally a vote of support. Those people who called around that program literally brought that program back to Channel 17. It happened.
Susan's trying to murder me.
Now people understand.
Now they understand. They're
People
starting to call.
understand that you can call in. You heard the whole spiel. Well, most of it.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It's literally free. You literally have nothing to lose. You don't have to talk to any weird operators or pledge any money. It's literally just a button click. Literally.
Literally.
Literally. Later, Danger Seekers.